Dang, boy. Dude, I don't think these things are gonna fit.
They're huge.
So the people in the forum called me crazy for trying 6th gen Brembos, and I guess they were right. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Last week we finished up with the G8's rear end install, and this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Ladies and gents, here you have it. We have some 6th gen Camaro Brembo calipers that we're going to attempt to be putting on the rear of the G8. So as you guys know, the G8 already has some of the, I believe it's 04 to 06 CTSV front Brembos. These are just an earlier style. They use the crossover tube. The 6th gen Camaros, those ones actually have it internal. So as you can see, the bottom side of the caliper, it just has this little nut. So yeah, internally, they're allowed to cross over through the unit itself. So a little bit more upgraded design. I think these ones look a little bit cooler. I got these pretty cheap from a Camaro salvage yard. I went ahead and just repainted them. I haven't taken out any of the hardware yet. I just masked all this off. So to get these on, I know that you have to take out the pins, take the clips, and then take the pads out, and you're able to do it. So, and these are Corvette stainless steel lines. Douglas had some extra ones when he bought a set for the Corvette, and he didn't know that they had it on it. So we're gonna see if these are compatible with the G8's fittings and all the lines that are already on it. All right, so we got the G8 up in the air. And here is the original brakes. The previous owner, he went ahead, he got some, I'm sure some cheap eBay drilled and slotted rotors. From my understanding, those 6th gen Camaro Brembos should be compatible with these rotors. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the caliper, suspend it up in the air real quick, and then I'll go ahead and get the caliper and see if we can mock it up. All right guys, and we got it on. Had to make a quick trip down to the parts store. Had to get some M12 by 175 bolts. These are the 10.9 grade. But yeah, everything goes on good. I went ahead and put a neutral. Spins free, no issues. There's our pad contact. It is slightly spaced, but I do know with the G8 rotors, or excuse me, the Chevy SS rotors, they do stick out a little bit further. So these do work on this rotor. I'm going to get the Chevy SS rotors eventually, but for the time being, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right guys, went ahead and buttoned up both sides, and next we're gonna be tackling the brake line. So we're gonna go ahead and see if our C6 Corvette ends will be compatible with it. I went ahead, already mocked up the other side, but these should have enough length to run over to the clip. So let's see what happens. All right guys, little tech tip for you. So as we all know, brake lines tend to suck, especially when people don't change these out on, you know, normal scheduled maintenance. So we're left with this nice and cheesy and crusty and probably welded in there by the time someone tries to go take it out. So I just tried the driver's side and it was not cooperating. So what I like to do, propane torch. Hit it with a little bit of heat, let it sit there for a minute, and then go ahead and crack it, and they always pop. All right, status update on the stainless steel C6 Corvette brake lines. They are a match. It's funny, I actually was able to use the C6 mounting bracket that they came with. This is the G8 one. Kind of sits in there, but I mean, the angles lined up and everything was good. They do sit a little more shallow inside the actual fitting. This one appears to be a wee bit more deep. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues there, but yeah, it seems to be good. This is full lock and it's got plenty of room at routes where it normally does. I might wrap it up with some tape and get some kind of grommet and then slip over so it doesn't chafe or vibrate or, you know, become degraded in there. So, all right guys, so it's been a few weeks and we got the SS rotors in. These things are meaty. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these on today. We're gonna be replacing the factory G8 rotors. And then we also have some other stuff for you guys. So the G is going to be getting a dyno tune here pretty soon. So we got an LS3 throttle body. The car currently has an LS2 on it. The reason why, I think, is because it's easier to tune due to the TAC module. So since there's an LS2 on the car already, I don't have remote start and I don't have cruise control. So I'm thinking that this might aid in that. And also we have an LS7 MAF swap. So this is gonna be a little bit better for throttle response. It's gonna pick up a little bit more power. There's gonna be less ducting, and I'll show you why. So the G8's been lacking in one area ever since I got it, and that was the factory intake box. So I went ahead and finally pulled the trigger. Since it's getting tuned, I figured might as well get some that's gonna open it up. So I went with the VCM over the radiator intake. These things alone are supposed to be picking up like 30 horsepower. So I think that in conjunction with the LS7 MAF is gonna be really good for the G8 with the cam, everything going on with it. So next weekend, we're gonna be taking the G8 over to Dr. Tunemal, a good friend of ours. So we're gonna be getting a trans tune, which is gonna be for the new diff that we put in. If you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to go back and find it. Really good video that we did on the G8. And then we're also gonna be getting a new 93 octane tune done for the G8 to compensate for the intake, and hopefully Nate will go up in the tune and clean up a bunch of stuff up, because the G8 does run kind of rich. So we'll see if he can lean it out a little bit, make it run a little bit better, idle better.
So to caveat what Austin just said, yesterday we went ahead and took this thing for a drive. Actually died on us, and luckily he had left a wrench in the car, and we had to take the battery off, kill power to the car to basically reset it. So it wouldn't want to start. It was in low power mode. So there's something definitely wrong with this tune. So we're definitely gonna have to get it fixed. So the new throttle body that we got obviously has some damage. Someone had dropped it before. And actually, I don't think it was the Amazon guy this time, because he handed it straight to me. So it's been dropped, it's cracked. I mean, technically it would still work, but we have a new one on the way, no big deal. So it should have cruise control. And what else are you missing? Cruise control.
It's the remote start.
Oh, remote start, that's right. So cruise control, remote start, hopefully we can get that back. And then obviously the LS7 MAF is going to pick up some more horsepower.
So the people in the forum called me crazy for trying 6th gen Brembos. And I guess they were right. They don't fit. The Chevy SS rotors stick out to the point where the Brembo doesn't meet the actual mounting bolts or the mounting holes on the hub. So we're gonna have to rethink it. I know that the 5th gen Camaro Brembos will work, which is what I had initially ordered, and I received the 6th gen. A bonus, but they don't work. So time to rethink it. We'll come back to it with some 5th gen stuff in the future. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and run it with the factory G8 rotors.
Unfortunate as that may be, sometimes this happens when we're trying to cobble, different generation stuff with older things and trying to continuously upgrade brakes and exhaust and stuff like that. So not a huge deal. We know what we need to get now. So like Austin was saying, 5th gen calipers for my Camaro for the back, and then we'll be set. So the rotors will work with the 5th gen calipers, but not the 6th gen calipers. So we're gonna get everything put back together. Go ahead and throw some fresh plugs in there, make sure everything is good to go, check the oil, trans fluid, top everything off, and basically just prep everything for the dyno. So hopefully next week we have more luck, and hopefully this thing puts down a good number. So go ahead and comment down below what you guys think this thing's gonna make. I personally think it's gonna make 447 to the wheels. Austin, what do you think?
About 200.
Yeah, it's about right for the Pontiac. So thanks again for watching, you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share with all your buddies and your friends, and we'll see you in the next episode.